time, I'm gonna be angry.
Are you saying this
What?
out loud?
Yes.
But be quiet, or I'll put you in the corner again.
He kind of chuckles as you say that, Teal, and he says, "It does seem that they need more training. Perhaps I would
Yeah,
not
we're not
use them
exactly
alone."
housebroken.
I'm gonna train him.
This one pissed on the floor 20 minutes ago. Anyway, we're just going to wait for the rest of our crew to catch up to us, if you don't mind.
Is the gate magical? I just kind of want to walk through the gate right now.
The gate's not closed. He's standing in the middle of the open archway.
Really?
If you try that,
Like
man,
I said,
you know what I'm going to do.
if somebody calls me a pet one more time.
You know, I mean, like I said, just describing the scene once more. This gate, this is a gate tall enough for Titans to pass through, wide enough for 3 of them to pass through at a time. But he stood dead in the center of it, with his axe in his hands.
Yeah, he's a watchkeeper.
Yeah.
He's here to challenge people that would.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine. I
Yeah,
understand.
you could.
That's why I
You
said
could definitely walk around.
That's why I said he didn't need to apologize for his vigilance when he apologized.
Yeah, he's
because
ignored
it's
everything you
his
said though because you're a pet.
Yeah.
I turn around to where Ferris and Old Man Winter and they're all walking down towards us.
Mm-hmm.
I cast message at Ioki and I say, "Can you just fucking play along for 5 minutes?" Please.
That's
Just
the
until we get
response
past
you get. You don't get any words. You just get a.
I will take your silence as yes, Tio, and I will.
Vorian is just staying completely silent, completely still.
As you
Good.
do look back,
That's the best.
Teowen, you do actually see that Old Man Blade is actually being carried by Ferris at this point. As the 5 of them are making their way down. And they're just about at this point reaching the bottom step. So they're no more than probably 50 paces behind you at this point.
Florian, maybe you should go help Old Man Blade.
Yes. And I go. Do that.
I want to do all the stupid things right now.
Just hold it in.
That's what you said about.
I will put him on the surfboard.
Well, right now he seems fairly comfortable sat in Ferris's arm.
Might
She
be a
said,
bit
"Go
quicker.
hold." She said, "Go help Old Man Blade," and
Okay,
that's what I'm doing.
Okay, you help him basically off of Ferris's arm and onto the board, which is okay. You do so. You get the impression from him that he would not have made it down the stairs based on the scale of them.
Mm-hmm.
You do see Rumeric, the Cyclops, was basically climbing down the stairs. Even though he's large sized, he's still not as large as these stairs. So it's been a bit of an exertion for him. But yeah, the guard at the gate basically looks at the group of you, and he says, "You are welcome to enter and swear your oath to the final king. Please keep your small ones under control. The city is still waking."
Okay. What's your name, friend?
I am Grom.
Pleased to meet you, Grom. We'll be on our way then. Swear oaths and stuff.
He just kind of bows his head.
I bow mine as well.
I am still in my stone giant form, by the way.
Yeah, so we.
Yeah, Tia went in its giant form. That's why she was the one in the front talking to him.
Got it.
It seems that he is basically considering anyone who is not a giant to be nuisances and pets.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's
I
right.
just kind of want to like hop off your shoulder, go into a giant fire form, and walk through him. Just in spite. But I'm not going
Just stare on
to,
my shoulder.
because I made my wisdom saving throw.
You continue on into the city, which looks even bigger now that you're actually in it.
As we're walking along, I turn to Goran and Yoki. Keep your hands, arms, and feet in the vehicle at all times as we travel through a very big city. Thank you. Especially looking at you. I can say that.
These giants seem to be an ignorant bunch.
Oh, ignorance is fun though, isn't it? Every day's a brand new day. You wake up, oh, a butterfly flies past. Oh, I haven't seen that before. It's great. Wake up. Oh, another butterfly. Ignorance isn't always a curse. Sometimes it's a blessing. Depends how you look at it.
Words that Jamie lives by.
So-
Couldn't resist.
Are we just gonna walk straight towards Old Man Blade?
Old Man Blade's behind you.
Or
You mean Old Man?
the old man? There's too many old men.
There's two.
Yeah,
There
that's
are
one too
two.
many. That's one too many.
Two is one too many, old men. God damn it!
Yes.
Tired of them.
Did I get a bearing though?
Yes.
All right, then we'll just follow the.
I assume you're still heading. You're still following towards Old Man Winter, right?
Yup.
Straight to the center of town.
I just kind of like point from her shoulder that way. Just the way where
Okay. Good boy. Who's a good boy?
I like barely singe the tip of one of your hairs, just enough to get that smell of burning hair.
Who's an angry boy? Who had a little hissy fit?
I love it.
I'm sorry, Yoki. I'm enjoying this way more than I should be.
No one could tell.
I kind of want to construct a little leash. I don't
Do
think I can.
do you construct a leash?
Do you want to be bald?
I'm
She's
bold
a-
as a stone giant anyway.
Actually, yes, she's a stone giant, so there's not much hair there anyway.
It's true.
I don't have any spells to construct a leash. It's fine. I'll just
I bet Vorian does.
I do.
No.
figure.
If you want one, I could give it to you.
You know what? Pass. I was
I
going to
just
put it
kind
on
of
Valiant.
turn. Yeah, I just kind of turn and I give the side of your head just this stare of death. Just like.
I can feel you staring at me. I ignore it.
I'm gonna look over at Yoki. Why are you driven so much by emotions? Why can you not
Why are you
accept
not-
that this is the way they view the world, and to them we are pets, but we both know that's different.
Just because someone views you a particular way does not make it right. And to silently allow someone to view you in that way and not correct them it's how the world has become the way it is. It's how so many people are complacent in their lives as slaves, because they have been told that that is what they are, they have accepted it, and they have never questioned it.
I don't see it as a problem. Personally, I think that if we really wanted to, and honestly, if you really wanted to, you could kill him in a few seconds.
Of course I could.
So then
You
there's
could
no
always
problem.
go back and try.
Yes, there's no
Tracy,
problem
shut
there.
up.
Why
That
bother?
that expression from Jamie was priceless.
I know in my heart I could kill him in a second, so I don't care. And that's how you should think as well.
Unfortunately, being able to kill everyone doesn't somehow make it all right, in my view.
Neither is questioning their cultural beliefs. You call their ways ignorant, and they would call your ways ignorant, just the same. It is not your place to say what is right or wrong.
I'm not saying that they are right or wrong. I'm saying that they are ignorant to completely ignore someone. There's no one that I would completely ignore offhand just because of who or what they are. To
No.
treat people in that way is
Ah,
completely undignified and disrespectful and foolish.
So if an Illithid begged your help, you would kindly turn your back and ask for someone to come help it.
I'm gonna look over at Yoki. I'm sorry, but is that not the way you have treated me since the beginning? You have ignored me since the day one I came into
I
this
have not ignored you. I listened to what you had to say when you first arrived.
You did
And
not.
when I did, you talked for a long time because the first thing I said to you was shut up. How could I tell? Why would I tell you to shut up if I didn't listen to what you had said?
Easily.
You told me to shut up because you put your values above mine, which is what the Titans are doing right now. What is the difference?
That is what you.
I
that-
think this entire conversation is an expression in futility. Let's continue.
We have nothing better to do. We have miles and miles. To
Yeah,
You do have.
I
you
know,
do
we've
have a
got miles
long
to walk,
walk,
we might
yeah.
as well talk.
Oh, I have a better idea then. I
But,
start playing some music.
Okay.
Like, why don't we have a duet, my love?
In just a second.
I don't
But,
really want to draw attention to ourselves.
When
And
we
the conversation is
first,
actually getting interesting.
yeah,
Damn it.
because I don't want you to feel like I slighted you in some way. When we first met, we were on very urgent business, and it seemed like the it seemed like the business you had was in particular with Vorian. Correct?
No. My business was with all with you because Vorian was following you, but Vorian is to be blamed as always. Yes.
Oh no, I'm not trying to blame anybody. It's not what's happening here.
Thank you very much.
Oh.
We were on urgent business, and you were getting in the way of accomplishing that urgent business. I listened to what you had to. What are you doing? I don't know what the hand thing is.
That is row your boat gently downstream. It's like the more you explain, the more shittier it sounds.
No, it's fine. What you had to say had no bearing on what we were trying to do. So I asked you to stop talking. And then once everything was said and done, all right, what do you have to say? But you went and worked it out with Vorian, which is fantastic.
Okay. I pick Yoki off my shoulder and put it on Vorian's shoulder.
I fly back onto her shoulder.
I'm like, no.
Bad
Fly back.
pet. Bad pet.
What, you don't like me?
It's like, minor illusion, a roll of newspaper. Like,
Can I burn an illusion?
No.
I don't think so.
Oh.
Spot.
Thankfully,
Stay.
you also can't be hit by a minor illusion, so
Stay.
there's
There.
no swatting of a newspaper.
As she says stay, it says I'm mid-flight onto her shoulders, so I just assumed she was talking about her shoulder. And you know what? I can use a reaction so that she can't grab me when she tries to, because I become intangible. Ha!
You have an intangible fireball person on your shoulder.
Oh, I'm only
You know what?
intangible when she tries to grab me. When she goes for it, it's like at the last second. It's like,
That's like a typical Tuesday. Let's keep going.
Yeah, it's like.
let's keep going.
What else is new?
Yeah.
And all the giants are looking at him like.
You actually
Until
don't
it's my
see
bed.
many giants on the street.
Really?
The streets seem fairly vacant.
Oh, okay.
It's odd.
Is this all frozen?
No.
None
It's
of it's
not.
frozen.
No.
How cold is it?
Still very cold.
Was it colder than the cold place?
Colder.
Is it colder than the cold place?
Logic
Like a
101.
-4 or a -10.
Yeah.
The impression I got was that we're kind of like in the eye of a storm.
Yeah, that probably suits.
Okay, that
It
makes
is
sense.
cold, but it does not feel that bitter.
So if you're immune to cold,
Breaking
you don't
you
even
down
feel it.
cold. No, you still feel cold, but there are no negative effects from it.
Okay.
Where are we headed, by the way?
We're headed that way.
Okay.
Towards the
We're
center of
headed
town.
To the middle, aren't we?
Yeah.
The old man went.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Um,
Old Man Winter is that way, and you can see the blade is just pointed that way.
Hey, Golrin, do you know any jokes?
Oh, you shouldn't have said that. Sorry. I am.
How about that
I-
duet? How about that
Give me,
duet?
give me 1 second. I have to find it. I had it written down. I was waiting for this forever.
Now you've done it.
Yay! I'm so happy right now.
I need to find it. Sorry, I do have it. I just don't know where I saved it.
What do you call a beautiful pumpkin? Gorgeous. Get it?
Because it's a gourd.
Yes.
Really bad.
It is
Oh
terrible.
my god.
What do you call a cow with no legs?
Dinner.
Ground beef.
That's a good one.
No, it's not. Don't encourage him.
Tell another. Tell another.
What do you call a cow with 2 legs?
Dinner.
Lean beef.
You broke Jamie.
They're so good. I want
So,
more.
What did the buffalo say to his son?
What?
Bison.
I want to die.
I think we all feel that way.
Vorian,
What did the bison say to his son before the gunshot went off?
Bison. What do you call a Spanish pig? ¿Por qué?
Casey, for each one of these, can you remove a level off of his or
There's one
1,000
level
XP?
removed.
I don't know about levels, but my IQ is dropping with each one of them.
what do you get
I
when
mean-
you ask a lemon for help? Lemonade.
What?
Lemonade.
what's the difference between a snowman and a snowwoman? Snowballs. All of these are stupid.
I
What do you
agree.
I
call
love
it?
it.
What do you call an obese psychic? A fortune teller.
I get that one.
Fortunes? The double chin?
Oh. Fortune.
Oh dear.
Hurry up and find your joke, Kim, so this can stop.
No. I didn't. I stopped looking because they're.
I think his was all like he had one. You guys just got done unleashing 50.
I had like 3 jokes written down. I just can't find the paper.
Oh, I got one. A policeman caught one kid chugging battery acid and the other kid eating fireworks. He charged the other one and let the other one off.
That's good.
Can
He's
we
supposed to
can
be a
we
police officer.
can we
Jamie.
die now?
My brain is in too much pain to continue.
Okay. What do you call
Oh,
a
Is this
boy.
what's gonna happen during police stops? Like you're gonna pull someone over and they're just gonna start telling jokes and you're gonna let them off.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That expression, that just said it all right there.
Now we know.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, you walk for the next 2 hours. Telling bad jokes.
Yep.
And before we continue, I actually think it's a good time for a loo break and or drink break.
Osmosis make coffee. He brews
I
it.
Coffee
I
sounds
found-
like a good idea.
I found the site where I fetch all my bad jokes. By the way.
Back in 2 minutes? Maybe 5?
Oh.
Ooh.
These jokes are retarded.
I know. That's the jokes I had. That's the site I fetched them from. Those are the ones I wrote down. They are funny though.
I like them.
Jamie, what do you call a cow with no legs?
Hang on.
I just said that.
Okay.
oh, okay.
Oops.
Ground beef, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
For
it's
fuck's sake.
it's in the link. That's the joke site that I use to write down all my jokes. So it's part of those actually.
Wow.
Oh, these are just so terrible.
Yeah.
What does an angry pepper do? It gets all up in your face.
All the finger.
I felt like you would have jokes prepared. Like I had this feeling, like because you went for the morning character.
I had them forever, but nobody asked, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna put them away. And then suddenly now you ask out of the blue. So I was like, oh, fuck, where did I put this shit?
So happy.
Why are teddy bears never hungry? Because they're always stuffed. This is so bad. Ah.
I love bad jokes.
And I'm pushing off. Wait, 2 seconds.
Oh man, I love those. The Muppets. They're my favorite. Those two.
Yeah.
I always forget their names.
His face. God.
Do 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 do.
Statler and Walt.
Do 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 do.
Do you know any duets, Doc?
Do 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 do.
Gee, I no, I don't.
Like,
That
what
was
were you gonna
more
do?
like a joke. Really?
He was just trying to stop the conversation.
Yeah, really, yeah.
But it was a good conversation to have. It's one we've needed to have. So it's good. And I don't want him thinking that I just completely don't care about his opinion. I just didn't care about it in that moment because we were dealing with more important things.
Okay.
And honestly, he just tried to just manacle you. That's not the kind of person that I want to listen to talk and talk and talk, talk and talk and talk, talk. In the moment. Oh. So I got back into Shadow of Mordor. With
yeah?
that new one coming out, I logged into my old game because I forgot the DLCs came out for it. So I'm actually getting to play all the DLCs because I finished everything. I did like all of the hunter stuff, all of the gathering stuff, like 100% on the achievements. I just haven't done any of the DLCs yet, so I'm gonna start playing through the DLCs. I also got a couple of my friends end up playing the game, so they're going through their first playthrough. I had forgotten how good the story was in that game, though. I just loved how smart the AI was, as far as like the system they had for their bosses, like all the orc chieftains and whatnot. It's pretty sweet.
What's
Yeah,
this?
dude.
Shadow of
Shadow.
Mordor.
Ah, I never played it.
It's actually a really good single player game. If you're into a nice, rich story with it's kind of hack and slashy, and it's kind of stealthy too. It's like Assassin's Creed, only way better.
Yep.
It's
And
like micromanagement as well.
like their AI, like as far because essentially the whole game takes place in Mordor, and you have all the orc or Uruk chieftains. Like whenever you fight them, they actually recognize where you are. Like if you're riding a big like Catagor cat thing,
Mhm.
they'll like acknowledge that you are. Or if you fought them before and they've ran away, they like remember things that have happened. And they actually use that when they first challenge you and address you.
It was $4. I think it's still $4.
Yeah, it's $4 right now for the Game of the Year edition. It's been out for like what 3 years?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember
probably.
seeing it. I
Yeah.
just never actually.
Oh no, it's not $4 anymore. It's 19.
Oh, it was $4 yesterday.
I bought it.
Last night it was $4.
Yeah, it ended today.
I've played 214 hours on that game over the course of like 3 years though, because when it first came out, I was like, yes, this is awesome.
Okay.
You doing the Nemesis Forge? Did you do that already?
No, I have done nothing outside of the main story because my friends, like I said, started playing, so I'm waiting for them to finish the main story, and then I'm going to start working on the extra stuff.
Anyway,
All right. So you walk for 2 hours. You do notice the occasional giant down other roads left or right of you, but none really come anywhere near you as you're walking down this path towards the center of town. Those few that you do see seem to be very much about their business. They are focused on where they're going. They're not really looking left or right that much. They're just getting from point A to point B.
Very good.
Do you want to flag one of them down?
Do
for
you?
what?
Just ask them. I will take that as a no.
It's
No,
probably
I would
Not the-
recommend just going straight to town because it seems like they don't want to talk to us.
Well, what?
You're walking
What will we
through
talk to them
town.
about? Yeah. What will we talk to them about?
Just ask them what they're doing. What they're getting. What are they so?
Oh,
Why
the
so
word for
urgent?
that is nosy.
That pretty much covers it, I think. Yeah.
I prefer curiosity.
The synonym being female.
Everybody
God
knows
damn.
curiosity killed the
You're
cat.
really just going hard on that today, Casey. Jesus.
Yeah, I know. Been one of
Someone's
those
not getting
days.
laid.
Stop that, dude.
Rip.
I think
I heard
that's got
that,
nothing to do
Andy.
with it. No, I've been dealing with a few annoying ones at work today.
So, do we ever get close enough to them to like? Well, no. You said they're purpose-driven. That makes sense.
You get within shouting distance if you want to shout.
No,
But
I
none
don't
of
want to
them-
shout. I
none
was
of
gonna
them get
say.
close enough to.
I was gonna say like close enough to actually like do an insight roll to try and figure out if they are fearful.
I'd allow an insight roll. You get close enough to tell.
Okay, Dookie. Is what I'm making an insight roll against good aligned?
Let me see.
Not that I would know, but my insight check would know.
Yes, it is. You get. You've been around war, and you've been around kind of people preparing for battles often enough to realize that you sense a little bit of fear, but it's the I'm getting ready to do something and I'm a little bit afraid of how it might turn out. It's that kind of soldier preparing to leave to go to war kind of fear. If that makes sense.
No, yeah, that makes perfect sense.
It's not a fear of where they are or a fear of the city or anything like that. It's a fear of, okay, something is changing. Something is about to happen. And
Yeah.
I'm a little bit excited, but I'm also a little bit afraid of what's going to happen.
Yeah, you don't know how it's going to turn out. You
Yeah,
know
it's-
something is going to happen, but you don't know what the outcome is going to be, so
Yeah,
you want to be as prepared and ready as you can be.
yeah, and that's the impression that you're getting from these people.
So I will simply say it looks like they are preparing to do something, to march to well, and that goes back to what he had said. He said when will they be ready to march once everything's said and done? It looks like this is confirmation on that.
I'm gonna look over at Yoki. Well, winter is coming.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much right now, Kim.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
What do you mean winter is coming? It's already freaking freezing.
Isn't he behind us? I'm gonna look for Old Man Winter.
Oh
You
no,
mean
he's in front of
Old
us.
Man Blade.
Oh my
He's-
God, behind us.
No, I'm getting confused too.
Sorry, yeah, I forgot. Yeah, sorry,
No,
winter
it's
is coming.
And also, they do say winter is coming when winter is there. They say it repeatedly.
Which is idiotic.
Winter is coming while they're like in 4 foot of snow.
Yeah, basically.
Is there any snow on the ground?
No, there's not. As you start kind of moving through the city, it takes a while before you actually reach a break in the buildings. Jesus. What?
Sorry, I'm just looking at something.
Wall of text. It takes a bit before you actually get to a point in the city where there's kind of a break in the buildings. You finally pass through what looks kind of like a park area. And for the first time, you're kind of able to look up and look out into the sky above. And that's when you realize that if you look in any direction, north, south, east, or west, you can see storm on the horizon. But it's clear above.
Food consumed.
I thought of something, but I'm holding it in. Let's keep going.
Okay.
It's
Yeah,
uncharacteristic.
it does look like the eye of a storm. Like whatever storm is raging outside of the city is leaving the city untouched.
I wonder if it's an actual eye. I look up
That'd
and
be
wave
good.
at it.
Hello.
I don't think it can see you,
But it's an eye.
but it's just an Never mind.
We keep going forward.
Ciao.
Oh, what are these?
Stop rolling crap, Casey.
You don't know if that's good or bad.
No, Adam.
So if we die later, it's all Kim's fault.
Yeah, I'm just saying it on general basis.
Yeah,
That's
stop
all.
rolling crap. Okay, and then I attack you and roll 3 natural 20s in a row. I did what you said, Kim, you know.
That's
Ah.
cute. Like you'd actually do that.
True. I could just bring back Dugan and he could just drop 20s on purpose. Because he wants to.
I miss Dugan.
Do you really though?
We got stuff done with Duke.
I really don't miss him.
How can you not miss Dugan?
He was a bit of a.
Now he's definitely going to be back, Doc.
Maybe in the next game.
There it is.
So
You're
I
an
just
ass,
think
Jason.
if Dugan came back, Kettle Knot would come back.
I
And
wanna
then
see
I would
Kettle
kill
Knot
Kettle
again.
Knot.
God, that little.
no, that's not getting into an argument about the
Anyway,
tender creatures.
Continue. Yes, the tender pictures.
Whatever. Same difference.
Okay, moving on. I don't want to continue this discussion because they will appear.
You are walking. You've gotten close to the center of town now. You've gotten to the point you can make out what must be the palace. It's a building that could only be a palace. It looks to be made of platinum, gold, gems, and there are some parts of it that look like they're supported by pure electricity. Literally, like what looks like a bolt of lightning frozen in place, holding up a pillar of a wall. Just majestic looking. And here, for the first time in the city, you do see wisps of frost on the surfaces of the building. But as you're approaching, you figure you're still about 30 minutes away from this place. You're seeing it off in the distance because it is so big. It is so impressive. And as you're approaching, you actually give me perception checks to see if you notice. It will be nearly impossible for you to miss, but let's just see you miss it anyway because it'll be funny.
No amazing rolls there, to be honest.
Okay.
I'm still waiting for my character sheet to load.
Alright, I rolled a 3.
So far, everyone but Yoki sees. No pressure, Tia. Do you want me to roll for you?
No, we'll just
Shut
say
up.
that Tia fails because that's why I'm distracted. Are you sure stone giants don't have hair?
I'm sure.
Because
not.
that would explain it perfectly.
No. What do we see?
There's your stone giant shape. Okay. Everyone but Yoki, as you're walking through, starts to see what looks like a crackling blue electrical energy forming over the castle. And you watch as over half a minute or so, it solidifies into a image that looks like it's, if you could imagine for the players, a hologram made out of crackling electricity and frost, forming a shape in the sky. And it is
What's
Old Man Winter, standing hundreds of feet tall above the palace.
it's just an illusion though, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it looks like an illusion, a energy-shaped version of him. And you hear a voice boom out from this image. And he says, "My people, citizens of Vonenheim, keepers of the Ordning, the time has come. And though it saddens me greatly, and though many of our fellows still sleep within the ice, I feel we can wait no longer. We must gather, and we must march. Make ready,
We've got to get.
for at the dawn, the ships of Osterna will sail." And then as he kind of bows his head at the end of this, the image kind of just collapses in on itself and vanishes.
Does anyone know anything from the history that would explain what he's talking about? March on what?
Why don't we
Oh.
just ask him?
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, we can.
Okay. I had to swap to my phone. I don't know. Did I learn anything useful reading all those pillars?
You know that Osterna was one of the oldest cities in existence. It is the place where the giants first came into being. You know that they were, while not the first race, the first race was the Builders, and then came the Juna, and then came like the Rhaegar, and the Giants and the Dragons. I mean, these guys were like among the first 5 or 6 races to ever exist anywhere in the spheres. Vonenheim is old.
Did they have like an old rival?
Well, the Giants and the Dragons have always had a very tenuous history. But you also know that the Giants had major issues with the Juna, who are long gone now. They no longer exist. If they ever existed. Some races don't believe they did. But you can't think of any
What
enemy
about the
of
Rhaegar?
the Rhaegar. The Giants and the Rhaegar never really had that much of a serious dealing.
Okay.
Other than the fact that the Giants were aware that the Juna had the Rhaegar under their wing at one point. So there was never any direct conflict. It was kind of a matter of, we're not actively against you, but we know you're with them, so we're just not going to deal with you. But you also know from the histories that the navy, the ships of Vonenheim, have not sailed since before elves and humans and any of the others had even taken to space. The ships of Vonenheim have not sailed in centuries. But you also know from the histories that there are reports, there are stories, not reports, but stories, they're not accurate enough to be reports, of a single ship of Vonenheim bombarding a world until there were no cities left on the surface.
Okay.
Fun. We should pick up the pace.
Well, you get the impression that it is just at dusk, at nightfall. And he's just said that the ships will sail at dawn.
So we pick up the
Ships,
pace.
plural.
Plural, yes.
Oh boy. Yeah, pick up the pace. Sounds good.
You make it as far as the castle. And as you make the final approach, you see at the front steps there are half a dozen giants of various types, a fire, a cloud, a few others, all kneeling just kind of at the steps, as if in meditation, contemplation, just staring down at the stonework of the steps.
I turn to Ferris.
They are arranged in such a way that you could walk past them into the castle. They're not barring entry.
I turn to Ferris and the two sons. Maybe you guys should stay behind for now.
He kind of swallows and just kind of nods, and he kind of looks at you and says, The steps, I've heard the stories.
What are they?
The steps are where Vonenheim fell. Where the ordning failed our kind.
Failed it how?
He kind of takes a breath and he looks at you and he says, The Storm King. There was an uprising. My grandfather told me about it. Some of the lesser orders wished to rise up against the storm. And it is said that the lost king was crowned in the blood of the Storm King on those steps.
The last king
Do you
was
know?
crowned in the blood?
The lost
Lost.
king is what he said.
Okay.
You have heard a lot of different giants refer to the lost king, the uncrowned king, the last king. All of those terms have been used.
King of Kings, the Blue King, the
The very big one.
biggest king, the bigger
Do you
than
know-
biggest king.
Ferris, do you know what they would be marching on?
I don't know. But at the gate, he mentioned the call. I think that's what I felt with my grandfather's ring.
Find somewhere safe. We'll find you when we're. I don't know. I don't know if you want to stay or if you want to leave. I don't know what's going to happen, but maybe you should find somewhere safe.
He just kind of nods and he says, I want to speak to some of the giants here and to understand what's happening.
Of course.
Thank you for helping us get here.
You're more than welcome.
Is Old Man Blade still sleeping?
No, he is actually limping along. Oh no, sorry, he's on the board, isn't he? No, he is awake. He's just kind of quietly, almost meditating as you travel along.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure he wasn't asleep. This is the point at which I would have roused him if he was still sleeping. But if he's awake, then all's well.
Okay.
Did his friend ever mention what he might be marching against, or mention this ever?
He kind of looks around and he sighs and he says, I knew Speltnum when this was the furthest thing from his mind. When he had vowed never to return to this place.
Did he say why he never wanted to return?
A curse and a burden which would befall him should ever he return. He would say no more of it than that.
Well, let's go talk to him.
Yep.
And come on, let's go.
And we go.
Is it kind of like pet Tia on the side of the neck? This works both ways.
She's gonna throw you.
No, we've already been over that. I can become intangible if she tries to grab me. It's like the worst mosquito ever. You just can't crush it.
Yes, Spot. Let's go forward.
You make your way up the steps.
I am the one riding you.
You're my pet, though.
Like a parrot.
He just kind of lets out a sigh of just like acceptance almost.
He's my own mountebank.
I can't find the bloody file I'm looking for. I've been stalling for time trying to find something. And it's just
Hey,
not
Goran, do you know any more jokes?
gone.
Please, no,
Oh,
in character, because I imagine he
Yes.
told many, many jokes.
My character would have told the driest jokes on the planet, and most of them would be based on logical and math. That's literally how we would see it.
Tim would just be turning to Valiant the entire time going, I don't get it.
This is why I told him to shut up.
I want to learn.
And some of them would also be based on how the deities doesn't understand the entire world and its structuring, because we are so much better than them in joke form.
Joke form.
How does that work in joke form?
I don't know, but imagine my character would know it. Me as a player have no fucking clue.
I just see him telling word problems, and it's like, word problems. I'm making the math a joke. I swear.
Doc, I will call out to you that what he was mentioning about the story is very much almost identical to something that you did read in the books that Bill took from Harmony.
Okay, I will relay this information.
Okay. I'll share the passage. There you go.
Too many go great there.
What was Ferris's last name?
He
I don't
never
think
gave
we
it.
ever knew.
Never heard any.
Anybody want to put money on it that it's Grinware?
I don't know.
Just saying, since this was written by him.
Sons of a battle. God, this sucks for Selflin. Or Sleflin.
See, we knew all of this, but in the simpler term.
I did.
Ah, yeah, well, you're a latecomer.
Oh, yeah. I figured something like this happened, though.
And as you're relaying this, you're realizing that these people that are kneeling on the steps, as you start to walk up, you realize that they're kneeling and looking at a massive blood stain across the steps.
Yep.
Oh God.
So, yeah, this
Oh.
explains a whole lot. The uncrowned king now makes so much sense.
I am so going to mention this, and it's going to be out loud. So, why would they be praying to a dead god that is no longer available or in existence to be of any use?
A god.
Why are they kneeling to a bloodstain? A bloodstain is not a god.
It obviously has a sentiment attached to it. There are places in existence that, even if they hold no true power, not saying that it doesn't, because there's no way to know, that people find solace in going to remember and to reminisce